Welcome back to Matt's Workshop. Today I will be preparing some material for future blacksmithing projects. I wasn't able to get any video of this process, but I did get some photos along the way. Today I need to straighten this truck coil spring. I'll be using this material to make some other tools like punches and drifts. It's a very windy day, so I decided not to use the coal forge, but rather my old propane forge. And because of the strong winds, I set up some windbreaks around the base of the forge. Here's a look inside. It's difficult to see, but the flame is swirling around nicely and the refractory is starting to glow brightly. This forge uses a Ron-Reel style burner with a simple Venturi jet setup. The forge was designed and is primarily used for melting aluminum for my castings. Here is one of the steel crucibles I use. Notice the lifting and pouring tools are made from rebar. The crucible has solid ears welded onto the side and a D-ring near the base. The lifting tongs hook onto the ears and I can control the pouring rate with the other tool. This makes pouring much easier than the typical ring pouring tool used with graphite style crucibles. Oh, and I probably have more than 50 pours with a steel crucible and it's held up nicely. Here you can see the spring inside the furnace. The spring is just starting to get orange hot near the bottom, so I pulled it out and flipped it over at this point. This is a shot looking down through the top of the furnace. You can clearly see the glowing orange spring here. This is the vise I'm using to straighten the spring. It's a 5-inch Wilton combination vise mounted on a steel post. And here are the tools I planned on trying. The black iron pipe was a perfect fit to slide over the end of the spring, so I used that to start. Then as the spring started to straighten out, I ended up using the pipe wrench mainly. Oh, and the beer was helpful too. So after untwisting a few curls, I had a hard time getting the spring back into the furnace for reheats. I was trying to get any part of the spring in the furnace that would fit, and then I just straightened that section. As you can see, I'm making progress, just doing small sections at a time here. And here's the final result. Since my propane forge doesn't get as hot as the coal forge, I never had the steel up to welding temperature, white heat. So I know that I never overheated it, and it should work well for the tools I'd like to make.